take a walk. What's your rough guess?
I don't know. 600. Really hard to say. Like, it looks light, but then I know it isn't light. Because I know there's like 2 full sheets of 1/8. I know there's like 140 feet of 1.5 inch square tubing. I know the wheels and the knuckles. There's some 1/2 inch plate in there with some certain things. Like, more than you think. I'm gonna say at least 600. If it's Price is Right rules, you gotta be under 600.
Fair?
Yeah.
I feel like this might be low. I'm gonna go 325.
Okay, so first we'll test it with myself. Take a guess.
How much you weigh?
Yep.
201.
210, 211, 2 something. That's what I would have guessed anyways. 100% of the weight is on the front left corner, it said. Okay, that is accurate. So, what do you think, Jack?
575.
What do you think this weighs?
1,200 pounds.
All right, so don't listen to what Joel says. We're sitting at 733. 733.
Do you think 733 is pretty realistic?
I knew I was under. I didn't know how much. Price is Right rules. You got to play it safe.
But like for a pit car, 733 empty is pretty good.
I have no idea. I mean, with 15-inch wheels, tires, tongue, and how like heavy duty this thing is built. Yeah, I mean, when you start adding stuff to it, each nitrous bottle is 33 pounds full. Each wheel, like a wheel's pretty heavy with a tire on it. Yeah, so like a tire weighs 47 pounds, 48 pounds with a wheel. 48 pounds with a tire on it. So you get 8 of those up there. Bottles, spares, diff, tranny. This thing's gonna be well over 2,000 pounds. Generator, welder, like
Basically a car, dirt car.
well, four jugs of fuel, full. Yeah, way over 2,000. Probably I estimated 2,500 fully loaded. Jack stands, like yeah, 2,500 pounds fully loaded is what this would be. 733 pounds dry. I think it's totally fair. That's the number.
Oh, all of them. Yeah.
Holy crap. That's so heavy.
Weighs? That's how much the BRZ weighs.
That's crazy.
You're towing a car with this thing.
Heavier than the Corvette. The Corvette's 2690 or something.
Okay, give me what corner's the lightest.
The lightest?
Yeah.
Probably this one.
Yeah. Second lightest? Yeah. What's the heaviest?
Yeah, probably this one.
Yeah.
We have, so in a car, you need basically one of these, and we have 4 of them. We have enough bolts to build another car in this bolt bin. You have a welder, a generator, 6 bottles, each weighing 33 pounds a piece. These packouts are enough spares for the entire rear and the entire front. Plus extra coilovers, extra springs, extra axles. The diff is here, the transmission is here. 6 tires instead of 4. So the frame of this is 733 pounds. The frame of a Corvette, we measured it. It's like 480 or something.
Yeah.
It's under 500 pounds. So like the chassis of a Corvette is actually lighter than the chassis of this, and we have more items on this. Plus an entire toolbox, which also isn't in a car. We have a huge vise. We spared no structural integrity. when building this. But that's a crazy number. I mean, I thought 2,500, but I didn't think almost 3,000. So that means we've added more than 2,000 pounds of things. So I'm not really surprised. And we have it loaded up pretty much to the max with a couple extras. Yeah, when you throw this thing in the trailer, that is another car, a full-size another car, which is why we used car wheel bearings, car size wheels, and car tires. So the car that would actually run these wheels and tires actually wouldn't be this heavy, but these rims and tires are rated for carrying this amount of weight. Whereas if we used tractor tires or golf cart wheels, and the golf cart rim bearing uses a 5/8 shank as its bearing, and that's honestly just not going to cut it. A single shear 5/8 stud is essentially the spindle, whereas this is a 4-bolt proper automotive bearing. So all in all, not too surprised. I mean, I put everything on here with you and everything's heavy, so that's what it takes. All this stuff would be in the trailer anyways, so really the only thing we're adding is the cart itself. So, and then we were actually able to get rid of a lot of things that would have held stuff like this DeWalt carry case. We don't need this anymore. There's a couple bins up there, so we're actually saving a bit of weight. If you look at what we added, we have flagpole mounts. So this will hold two 10-foot, 10, 12-foot flagpoles. We even have a spare battery on here. All of our gears. So the gears plus the diff is way more than the car. And then we added these slide pins. This one has all of our ratchet straps, and our two flags are in here. All of our extension cords and power, all of our fluids. And then we have cleaning supplies, and then some PPE, glasses, gloves, helmet, welders underneath. So these are real nice because it's not constrained to the car. You can just pull the drawer completely out and bring it to wherever you're working if it's on the other side of the pit. Realistically, I don't need anything else. I have 4 packouts in the trailer that have a bunch of like my fuel system spares. I have an extra lift pump, I have an extra surge tank. All that stuff lives in packouts in the trailer. We made that flip down gate that goes on these hinges, that flips down, and I'm only ever gonna need that if I need to go to a hot pit that's far away. For example, if we went to Clutch Kickers again, their parking spot was super far away from the pit area. So this is exactly what we would have needed there. But everywhere else, we're gonna leave those components sitting in the trailer indefinitely. We still have room for a 10 by 20 tent up in this area, and then that would pretty much be a maxed out pit cart for like Formula Drift, St. Louis, Road Atlanta. All those tracks require a hot pit cart. But the more that we use it, so we basically back this off the trailer, park it in the shop, and then I kind of work out of this as well. If I need a bolt for the car, I actually don't have to go anywhere except for here. Anything that I would need is all here. Plus we have individual spares, heim joints and other things, Ackerman plates. We have all of our bolts that we would need for the angle kit, heim joints all in here. Metric, Imperial, you name it, we've got it. Honestly, other people use this setup that I brought, because I brought this to Drift Masters. Other people needed stuff from this more than I did. This, I'm not so sure I'm overly pumped. I'm tall enough to just, I can do this no problem, but for other people, this might be something that we need to just offload immediately, all at once. But these are all full as well. I don't know what these weigh each, but it's quite a bit. Shout out to our sponsors. We're gonna add this type of barrier around all the flat surfaces, and it's gonna be a prime opportunity for the brands that we work for to be showcased on the pit cart. And it turns out people online care a lot more about a pit cart than a drift car. So sponsorship 101, nobody cares about your drift car. Apparently, they care about cool things that are different. So keep that in mind when you're planning your next video series. We're gonna add just a couple more things. Joel's gonna set up some powers for this, so the next one that we do is gonna be related to that. But there you have it. She don't corner balance out too well. Very rear bias, but I did do that on purpose because a ton of weight on the steering was kind of hard to steer by hand. And the other thing we're adding is our Wilwood brake setup. So that will add some weight, not that much, the rotors mostly, but then I'll be able to confidently back this thing out by hand and drag the brake, because there is nothing I can do against 2,864 pounds down a ramp of a trail.
What animal is 2,800 pounds?
Like, we're talking no bears. They're all lighter than this. Every bear. We're getting into like small buffalo, moose. No, I don't think a moose even weighs this much.
No.
Cow, bull territory. 1 ton, 2 ton. That's what we're dealing with. Maybe I don't even know if they weigh that much. I think they're like 1,500 to 2,000. I have no idea. Not an elephant. Small hippo, probably. Boy, would they ever hate to see this thing coming. Yeah, I don't think they do damage. This thing is built so beefy for a reason. Could we have saved a ton of weight? Not really. Everything that we put on here, I can still see places where integrity could have been even more so, but the most important thing is making sure that the axles and the bearings and all of those things can handle this type of weight. So the frame I'm not worried about. I don't think we could have saved much. Could we have gone 16 gauge for the sheet metal components? Probably, but then I wouldn't be as confident making it a E-track. Whereas 1/8 steel, you're not going to rip that out. Also, tying this down, 4 ratchet straps to the trailer, and all of this stuff is constrained. So that's one really nice thing. It's a drive in and lock it down really fast. So